Welcome to NIOS live classes. Class 10th. Subject ISL Secondary. Number 230. Module 3. Structure and Grammar of ISL. Lesson 10. Topic: Sentence type. In this lesson, we will learn about some various points like sign language grammar rules to join words to make meaningful sentences in a spoken language. Different types of signed sentences and also become aware of the importance of using space while signing. Outcomes. After studying this lesson, learners will know about and learn about some various points. They can explain several types of sentences, sentence structure in ISL. They can identify sentence types in given ISL materials. Learners will be able to demonstrate an awareness of how the signing space is used in ISL. Now we will learn about the ISL grammar and word order. Indian Sign Language ISL grammar is the set of rules related to ISL sentences that guide the right word order. When the word order is wrong or the grammar rules are broken, it leads to grammatical mistakes in ISL. Let us see a few examples of it. First, do you have a brother or sister? I don't like sleeping till late in the morning. As we can see, the first example is, do you have a brother or sister? In this, ISL grammar rules is followed, where have put the end of the sentence and it has to be the correct facial expression. If the word order is changed to half brother sister, it will lead to wrong ISL word order, which leads to a grammatical mistake. As we can see, the second example was, I don't like sleeping till late in the morning. In ISL, you can see on the screen through follow the ISL grammar rules, not should be put at the end of the sentence. If not is used in a different word order, like you can see on the screen, morning like not sleep late, it will lead to wrong word order, which is a grammatical mistake. Now we will look some types of sentences in ISL. In types of sentences, we will discuss about 4 important sentence types. First is simple sentences, which use to inform or tell someone something. Second is order or command. Third is interrogative or questions. And fourth is negative. Basically, types of sentences are 4 types. We can see on the screen: simple, order, question, and negative. We will look at each sentence type and understand the grammar rules. Let us understand with some examples. First is simple sentence. Basically, it used for information. For example, I will go home late tonight. It is a simple sentence because in this, a person is simply informing or telling the other person. Second, order or command. For example, don't be late coming home tonight. Be back on time. For ISL sentence, you can see on the screen. In this sentence, order is used like be back on time. Third is interrogative sentences. For example, will you be late coming home tonight? Or would you come back on time tonight? This is the question sentences. Fourth is negative sentences. I will not come home tonight. In ISL sentence you can see on the screen. You can see how by changing words order and expressions, sentence types can change. You can also identify the ISL sentence types. Let's look at these sentence types in details. Now we will look the difference between simple and order command sentences. The first is simple sentences. The sentences used for simply informing or telling someone or giving information are simple sentences. For example, when you tell your friend that I passed class 10th. For ISL you can see on the screen. Next, it is raining heavily in my home area. Next, there are students sitting in the class. Let's take a short break.
प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने राहों को आलोकित करने हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो। धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर। शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
Welcome back to NIOS live classes. Now we will look about the order sentences. Order sentences. These include giving any order or command in any sentence. For example, students must sit in the class. Here the word must is depicted as the commanding word. For comparing simple and order sentences, we will look about their examples. For simple sentence example, I plan to go to Delhi by train. For order sentence, you must take ticket for Delhi train. Now the topic is interrogative sentences, or we can say question sentences. Here it includes two types of question, which answer is yes or no and the other is question word. For example of yes and no questions. First, do you have a brother or sister? So here the answer will be yes or no in form. Second, have you finished your food? Yes or no? If you finished it, so the answer will be yes or no. For the question words, here it includes some place, persons, time, etc. those types of names. For example, where are you going? Here, the question word must come at the end of the sentence. For example, where, which is depicting the place. For the question words include who, where, what time, etc. In ISL, who has two different words which combines make the meaning of who, and second is where also has two different signs which is place along with the question, and third one is what time. It also includes two signs. Through combining them we get the sign of what time. Now we will look at the negation or negative sentences. We are going to learn about the negative or not sentences. The sign not and the negative facial expression are important. There are many signs related to negation. For example, you can see on the screen, first, don't want. Second, no and don't. Third is not possible. Fourth is nothing. Fifth is none. You should remember that the negative signs will always come at the end of the sentence in ISL. Now the topic is complex sentences. ISL sentences can be short or long. Like spoken languages, ISL can have long and complex sentences. Two or more simple sentences can be combined to make complex sentences. In complex sentences, different types of words can be used in them. For example, first is if. If it rains, I will not go to school. Here, two simple sentences combine and make the complex sentence. It is not required to put if. We can show if through our facial expressions. There is a short pause between two clauses, the same as a comma in a written sentence. Next, the example is while. When doing two or more tasks at the same time, we can use while. For example, when it rains, I am walking while holding umbrella. In ISL, both hands show different types of sign, which is one is holding umbrella and the other hand is showing the walking sign. In sign language, we can show two tasks being done at the same time using both hands. This is not possible in spoken language. For example, feeling sleepy while driving. In ISL, we can use both signs through our hands. Next example is don't turn on the light while sleeping. The first hand was showing the sign of sleeping and the other hand showing the sign of light. You see, in ISL, we can compress signs and show two tasks at the same time using both hands. Let's take a short break.
प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
धन साधन समय की सीमा से विद्यालय जो मुक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
कभी पढ़े हम कहीं पढ़े, वे विषय की लोच से युक्त हो।
मित्रों हम उठे और जागे,
मंजिल आने की ध्वनि सुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने।
जीवन ये प्रकाशित करने, राहों को आलोकित करने।
राष्ट्रीय मुक्त विद्यालय का है द्वार खुला सबकी खातिर।
शिक्षा परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर।
शिक्षा और परीक्षा का अवसर एक बार ही क्यों मिलता फिर। दुनिया में इसके केंद्र बात,
कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने। हम अपना दीपक स्वयं बने, हम अपना रास्ता स्वयं चुने। कोई मन चाहा केंद्र चुने।
Welcome back to our classes. Now we will learn the use of space and direction in Indian Sign Language. There are grammar rules related to signing space. If they are not followed, the signing looks unclear. For sign to be clear, it is important to use the signing space, the sign movements, eye movements and pointing. For example, as you can see on the screen, there is two pictures. The one is door and the other is mom and stairs. Example, I was staying at the home and mom called me from upstairs, and the upstairs and the stairs is on the left side. The door opened and my friend walked in and gave me a gift box, which I kept on the table. As we know, there are the location where I stand and mom is on upstairs, and the door which is ringing and my friend is waiting outside. It all has their own location. With the signing space defined clearly, you would be able to understand this easily in ISL with the right placement of stairs, door, mother, gift and table. If there are errors in the signing space, it will not make any sense. We need to ensure the following so that proper meaning is conveyed using signing space through sign language. Location needs to be defined and followed in the signing space. For example, at far I called my friend. And take him to my house. So the location of my house and my friend and me is already fixed, so the sign is clear. If it is not, then the sign can be confusable. Next is movement and orientation. These are also very important and they change the meaning of the sentences. For example, going upstairs and coming downstairs. The location through the signing, going upstairs and coming downstairs should be clear. The movement of the sign needs to match the location defined earlier. For example, can you lend me some money? Here I am asking the money from other person. So the location is clear. For example, next is question and answer. Here, movement will decide the meaning of who is questioning and who will answer. If I am asking, how are you? And the other person is answering, yeah, I am good. So the movement of the question, asking and the answering if these rules are not followed in ISL, it will be not clear and there will be confusion during signing. Using the signing space and ISL grammar is extremely important. we had learned so much, so we will now do some activity. Fill in the blanks. The word have is used at the dash of the sentence in ISL. And the answer is have is used at the end of the sentence. Not is used in the dash of the sentence in ISL. And the answer is also end. Now the question is true and false. We can show two tasks at the same time using both hands in ISL. True or false? And the answer is true. There are no complex sentences in ISL. Yes or true? And the answer is false. There is only one way of signing negative sentences, and the answer is false. Quotient words in ISL are used in the beginning of the sentence, and the answer is false. There are ISL grammar rules related to signing space, and the answer is true. Location needs to be defined and followed in signing space, and the answer is true. Now identify the sentences, whether it is simple, order, quotient and negative. First, did you finish your homework? And the answer is negative because it includes not at the end of the sentence. I study class 10th in NIOS, and the answer is simple sentences. Did you pass the exam? And the answer is quotient sentences. You must come tomorrow. Do not take leave. And the answer is, it is the example of order sentence. Thank you.